Topping our news at 5:30, prosecutors say the gun used to kill a Clark County Sheriff's deputy was one of almost 30 stolen from a storage unit last month in Hazeldale. They say the organizer of that theft is Misty Rhea. She's one of the 3 suspects connected to the shooting of Sergeant Jeremy Brown from Friday night. The theft is why Brown had been surveilling Misty along with her husband, Abram Raya Leone, and the man police say shot the detective, Guillermo Raya Leone.
One of the guns that was stolen in this case by the defendant and her co-defendants, the state has compelling evidence at this time that one of those guns was the gun that was used to kill Detective Jeremy Brown.
Guillermo Rhea was arrested in Salem over the weekend. No word yet on when he'll return to Clark County to face charges.
From Washington, D.C. now, here's the latest on the committee investigating the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Members of the committee heard testimony from 4 officers who were protecting the Capitol that day. As the hearing went on, each officer became more emotional as they discussed rioters attempting to pull out colleagues, pull them onto the front lawn of the Capitol. They also talked about the physical and verbal abuse that they experienced that day.
Then the crowd, perhaps around 20 people, joined in screaming, "Boo!" No one had ever called me a while wearing the uniform of a Capitol Police officer.
Members of the committee asked those officers what they would like to see them investigate, and they said they want to know if anyone in power had a role in the insurrection. Meanwhile, in Oregon, an ousted state representative has been sentenced on criminal charges for helping violent protesters break in to Oregon's Capitol.
Yeah, that happened back in December, and Mike Nearman was expelled from office for what he did. Yesterday, he admitted he committed a crime. Maggie Vespa was in the courtroom.
Mr. Nearman, can we ask you questions? I'm Maggie Vespa with KGW.
Former state representative Mike Nearman remained silent, leaving the Marion County Courthouse Tuesday. Having just received his sentence, he drove off, a convicted criminal.
I had no intention of harming anyone.
Nearman pleaded guilty to 1 count of official misconduct, a misdemeanor. His crime captured by security cameras back in December. That's Nearman opening a door in Oregon's Capitol, letting far-right protesters inside during a 1-day special session. Per COVID protocols, the building was closed to the public.
It provided the appearance that I was helping citizens enter the Capitol, so that would make me appear favorable to certain citizen groups. And I don't support what they did when they entered.
This is what Nearman's talking about. Some who broke into the Capitol that day smashed windows and kicked in doors. Lawmakers later said they were terrified.
We're talking about setting up Operation Hall Pass.
In the months that followed, video surfaced of Nearman planning to let protesters in. He even gave out his cell number. The fallout was swift. Lawmakers voted Nearman out of office. He was the first Oregon representative ever to be ousted from a seat. Soon, criminal charges followed. Tuesday, Nearman was sentenced to 18 months probation, $200 in fines, and $2,700 in restitution to pay for damage to the Capitol. He's also banned from Capitol grounds during his probation.
I don't know if you were listening to the hearings at the Capitol this morning.
The judge didn't mince words. She tied Nearman's case to the concerns playing out on a national stage during Tuesday's hearing on the January 6th insurrection.
Democracy is built on the principle that when there's disagreement, that starts the public discussion and debate. It doesn't end it. And that's the province of tyranny and anarchy. And we're not that. We're so much better than that.
Maggie Vespa, KGW News.
Oregon Governor Kate Brown has signed one of the most ambitious clean energy bills in the country. It lays out a timetable for Portland General Electric and Pacific Power to reduce carbon emissions. The goal is a 100% reduction by 2040. Other states have passed similar legislation, but officials say Oregon has one of the most aggressive timelines. The bill also bans the expansion or new construction of power plants that burn fossil fuels.
All right, let's get to 3 things to know now about COVID. We start with number 1. Despite a recent jump in cases both in Oregon and Multnomah County, Portland says it will not require city workers to get vaccinated or submit to weekly testing. Instead, the city says it will simply encourage the vaccine. It will also encourage people to wear masks and take other safety precautions. They believe anyone who has decided against getting the vaccine has their reasons for doing that, and they want to respect those decisions. Number 2, the CDC now recommends all students, all teachers, and all staff wear a mask at school, regardless of their vaccination status. The CDC is also recommending that everyone wear a mask indoors, especially people who live in areas with high transmission rates of COVID. And number 3, another day brings another record number of COVID cases in Tokyo. The city reported 3,177 cases yesterday. That's the second day in a row that they've seen the most cases ever in a single day. Tokyo's governor urged people to follow guidelines and to get vaccinated, which is the key to slowing down the surge during the Olympics. Olympic organizers, meanwhile, reported 16 new games-related cases, so there's 169 total now around the Olympics, but they say none of those cases involve athletes. And those are 3 things to know about COVID this morning.
All right, sticking with the Olympics, now to the action. Simone Biles will not be defending her individual all-around gold medal. Late last night around midnight, she announced she is pulling out of that competition, citing mental health.
Yeah, Biles stunned everyone when she pulled out of the team competition after her first event on the vault. The U.S. did go on to win silver. USA Gymnastics says Biles hasn't decided whether or not to participate in next week's individual event finals. This morning on the Today Show, Vancouver gymnast Jordan Childs talked about what it was like filling in for Biles at the last minute.
Yes.
Did you surprise yourself?
I truly did, but I also knew in my body that I could pull out everything that I had. You know, I did have to fill some humongous shoes out there, but you know, I did it for a reason. I did it for her. She will always be, she was with us the whole time, literally the whole time.
Jordan trained with Biles, then she had to take over for Simone. You can watch that full interview with her coming up at 7 o'clock again on the Today Show. And by the way, Jade Carey, who's headed to Oregon State this fall, she'll take Biles' place in the individual all-around. That event starts tomorrow morning at 3:50. Biles' decision, meanwhile, has shined a spotlight on the mental health issues that athletes face.
Yeah, many have called her now a role model and really brave. So we talked with Olympic gold medalist swimmer Carrie Steinsifer Bates. She lives in Portland and applauds Biles for putting her health over gold and breaking the stigma.
Part of her greatest legacy that she will leave is what she did today, the courage that it took for her to be transparent and honest about not being okay. And it's okay to not be okay sometimes.
Swimmer Michael Phelps had a powerful message about mental health on NBC's primetime coverage last night. He'll be on the Today Show this morning talking more about it.
All right, let's talk about the U.S. basketball team because they got a much-needed win yesterday in Olympic action. They took on Iran and they beat Iran, 120-66 the final score. Damian Lillard led the way with 21 points. You know how he did it, Nina? He hit 7 3-pointers.
Wow.
Yes, 7 times 3,
That's
21. Head coach Greg Popovich changed the lineup. He put Drew Holiday and Devin Booker in the starting lineup. Both came off the bench in the first day of competition for Team USA after they competed in the NBA Finals. But now those two in the starting lineup, and Jason Tatum says the U.S. team is really starting to gel now.
Just keep building. You know, we don't focus on anybody else. We only focus on us. You know, because we're trying to get better from game to game. Because this is our first time being with each other, so you know we feel like we should be better next game than we were today, and keep going.
So if you like knowing the outcome of a game while you watch it, we gave you the outcome. Now you can watch it on KGW. We'll replay it at noon. If the U.S. beats the Czech Republic, by the way, this coming Saturday morning, they will advance to the medal round.
All right, you can text the word games to 503-226-5088. We will text you back with a link where you can find the latest medal count, the lineup of events happening today, and when you can watch them right here on KGW.